Hey there, everyone. Ryan Schul here. Welcome to my channel. So, in the topic today, I want to talk about call center WFO, so workforce optimization. So, I worked for a company a few years ago. I won't name any names, but they wanted to analyze call center utilization, right? So, how much um, utility are you getting from your employees, right? And you want to staff the situation right, or whatever. Your workforce has to be staffed correctly. I don't care if you work for Burger King or McDonald's or Chick-fil-A or Taco Bell or some kind of call center or hospital or even government organization. You want to make sure that you are staffed correctly so people are not overworked and they're burned out and they're going to leave, and then you have to hire new people to replace the people that left, and that's expensive, right? And you don't want to make sure that you hire too many people and they're dozing off and there's nothing to do during the day and they're bored and they're just laying around, right? So you want to make sure that everything is optimized, and you have to hit service level experience, right, or SLA. And you might have, if you're a startup organization, you might have SLAs that you have to hit and make sure that you're hitting 100% of the expectation of the investor, of the equity that's coming in, of the entity that is investing in yourself, and make sure that they are satisfied with the results, right? So I've worked for several organizations. They have SLAs, service level of agreements. Sorry, I can't talk too well. I don't know why. I just grew up in the United States. I just can't talk. I mean, I'm sorry. Apologize for that. I'm sorry. So you have service level agreements that you have to adhere to and comply with, right? And you might have like a legal contract that you have to comply with. And if you can't, then they could withhold money. They can take some of the equity out of the enterprise, out of the institution, out of the investment. That's your business, right? So let's take a look at how this works. So if I hit Control Enter to run the code, Control Enter to run this, and I'll share all the code with you guys. I'll give you everything that I have right here, right? So you can copy and paste this into your own environment, and you can do this for yourself, right? So we are going to start with going back in time just a couple of months. Now it's 9/17/2025. This is actually my 14th wedding anniversary. My wife and I got married 14 years ago today. So today is 9/17/2025. We're going to go back in time until about 2 to 3 weeks ago, 8/29/2025. We're just going back a couple of weeks, right? So going back in time here, and we're going to capture information, right, and make this thing run. So if I take all of this code, we can see how much interaction and engagement we have from all of the people that work for the call center, right? So you can see the time and the date here. Here's the day, here's the day, here's the day. And this is in 50-minute increments, right? And how many people that we have working in the call center, right? So people roll on and they roll off. And we can't make this so precise because it's going to tick off some people. Some people can get angry and say, well, I want to work some extra hours. You can't just take time away from me and you want me to come in for 15 minutes because there's a bump up in sales calls. And then I go on a break or go on a short vacation and I go to, I don't know, go to Chick-fil-A or Taco Bell and have a little break. And then you want me to come back and there's a big spike in calls in the call center. And then I'm off. And then I'm on and off and on and on and off and off and on, right? Like you can't do that. You can't treat people like that because they're just going to walk. They're going to leave and you have nothing for your business. You need like a strong core business to retain people, right? And sometimes it's going to be a little downtime. Maybe people will be a little bit bored, a little bit like snoozing, taking a little nap or something. And that's fine. I think that's totally fine. I think it's totally okay. I work for places where they treat you like a slave and they want you working, and people are going to walk for that. Like I had some business years ago, and I walked out. I was like, I'm not going to do this, right? So it's just a delicate balance between working, and you're bored and you're taking in naps at work, right? So that's what this is for. This workforce optimization helps to make things efficient for yourself, okay? So you can optimize the income on your book of business, right? Your bottom line is going to be maximized, but it also maximizes the time for your employees and how they're scheduled and how they're working and how they're efficient, how they're engaged in all these things, right? That that is a sweet spot. That's what you have to try to hook into, right? So you want to hire the best people and most efficient people and get them working and get them engaged and make them happy as well. And they are going to do a great job. And your win, your huge win, right, when you hit a home run, is how it impacts your bottom line, how much money you make from your employees, right? And it's a give and take. And it's a balance between us, right? So here's the times and here's how many people are working. So we see just intermediate step here. We just see like an in-between step right here, right? And how many agents are working for you right now. So you can see this is very interesting because this is 9 to 12 o'clock in the morning. So today is 9:17. This is 5 days ago. So 9:12, 9:12, 9:15, 9:30, 9:45. But the interesting thing here is agent required is this number, but actually agent scheduled is actually 0 because this is outside of the bounds of the call center hours. So the way I set this up is people work from 7:45 until about 7:45 a.m. until about 9 p.m., right? So you can have a call schedule or call center hours open 24/7, right? So for some places, they operate 24/7. For this place, it's just a hypothetical example, right? So 7:45 in the morning until 9 o'clock p.m. in the evening, that's when the call center is open. So sometimes you'll see 3:45, there's no people scheduled, and then 5:15 a.m., no people scheduled, right? And that's fine. And then you have other things like this. So 9:12, 9:45. So the call center opens at 7:45. This is a scenario. And guys, you can change this to be anything you want, okay? I'm just showing you basically how this could work in a potential scenario. 9:45, you're open. You open at 7:45. 9:45, you're open. Agent required is 66. Agent scheduled is 102. So we're a little bit over here, and that's fine. So sometimes you're going to be overemployed or overscheduled, but still we're going to optimize the way that this business runs, right? So we are going to go ahead and build an optimal shift plan based on hours, right? This is about 8 o'clock in the morning and shuts down, close down around 8 p.m. But there could be like a couple people coming in a little bit early. I said before, this business opens up at 7:45. So really open at 8 o'clock. And I've called these call centers and sometimes they're very strict. Like if they say 8 o'clock, it is 8 o'clock. If you call it 7:59 a.m., it's closed off. You can't get in. You can't get in. Like, I don't like that. Like if I call in a little bit early and one person is working, I'm excited. I get excited by that, right? Like my mind goes off. I'm like, wow, you have somebody working. That's great. And we close down about 8 p.m., but actually this business closes around 9 p.m. And that's fine. If you have a couple people just lagging, just trailing, just to meet customer satisfaction expectations, and they're like, oh, I love doing business with you, and I'm going to stay here. I have an insurance company that I work with right now. I can't wait to leave them. There's a couple things I'm working on in my life that I'm going to get away from these guys and go somewhere else, but I can't do it right now. But I like the fact that they open up a little bit early, like 7:45 you can call in and somebody's there. I like that. I like that a lot. So if officially you open up at 8 o'clock, that's fine. You can change these parameters. This is just a scenario that I just created, right? You can open up at 7:45 and that's totally fine. Like I can talk to a person. I can communicate with a human being. I can interact with some personnel. That's totally fine. I love it. And you can say, okay, we're done at 8 p.m. And that's a hard line. You draw a line in the sand and say, we cut the lines off 8 p.m. and screw you and you're out of here. If that's your business model, okay, that's you. That's not me. Like I would like a little freedom, a little lag. And like I call in at 8 8:01 p.m. or something like that, and they can actually speak with a human being and not a robot and not AI, that's great. Like, I'll give you my business. I'll come back for more, right? But if you want to make it hard line, this is how you can do it, right? So control enter to run this, and we are going to optimize the whole process here. So this service level agreement has to be hit, has to be 100%. I've worked for places like, if you can't hit your SLAs, we're going to have some meetings, and these are going to be uncomfortable, right? I was laid off from one, and what really had nothing to do with me whatsoever. I don't know what this guy was talking about. He thought I did something. There's miscommunication. I got laid off. That's his problem, right? He doesn't know how to talk. He doesn't know how to engage, and that's his problem. I brought millions of dollars into business. The corporation shut down, small startup, after I left, and that's his thing, right? If you want to flex your muscles, you can do it, but you're a mouse, right? You're not Arnold Schwarzenegger. You're a little tiny mouse, right? And then you're gone. If that's what you want to do, you can do that, right? I'm showing you how to optimize your business, right? You have SLAs. You should meet 100%. If you can't meet it, if you're under 99.99, that's fine, guys. I think that's totally fine. Nobody's getting laid off. Nobody's getting fired over that. But you should aim to meet your SLAs, right? You have a service level agreement. You should try to meet the expectations of that service of your customers. And these are metrics that are quantifiable. You have responsibilities, or just get out of the business. If you can't do this, just walk away, right? Just get out of the way, and I'll take over control. Other people will take over, right? If you can't handle it, other people can handle it, right? So Erlang is a unit of telecommunications traffic, right? They look at phones, lines, circuits, or agents, or text messages, right? And this is time continuous in real time. Like, how is this service being utilized? How is it being serviced? How is this occupied, right? Things like that. So if you have 10 agents that each handle 30% of the call time, that's 10 times 0.03. That's 3 Erlang loads, right? You could Google this. If you don't understand, totally fine, right? I had to do some Googling. I had to do research to put this presentation together. Like, I've worked in call centers before. I've worked in all kinds of startups, AI, banking. I've been on Wall Street for 22 years. I know how these things work, right? But sometimes I have to look up things. Sometimes I have to Google things. Google is a skill. Like, it's a skill. If you can Google things, that is a skill. Put that in your resume. I know how to Google things, right? So 30 Erlangs. And if a single phone line is occupied for 30 minutes in an hour, that's 0.5 Erlangs, right? So these are little metrics that we can use to quantify how efficient the business is and how well are you performing. Like, you could have KPIs, a key performance indicator, a key performance metric, right? It's like something, how do you quantify what you're doing? If you say, hey, I increased sales 2% or 5% or 50%. Okay, that sounds fine. Sounds fine. But what is that like in metrics and dollars? Like, how does that really work out? If you increase sales 50% and your sales was $200 per year, and now it's $300 per year, well, $300 sounds pretty small, right? But if you're doing 50% increase and your sales are 50 million, and now you go up to 75 million, that's a big bump, right? I think that's a big bump. So it has to be relative, it has to be quantifiable, it has to be measurable, right? So total forecast calls, this is how many calls. Average agents on the floor, about 50 people, and agents scheduled 92, roster headcount 153, intervals SLA 149.49, and SLA hit income 100%. So that's what we're looking at. So we want to try to hit 100%, right? The service level agreement says you have to take such and such calls and such time when you're open, okay? And your hours can be Monday to Friday, 9 to 5 or whatever. Whatever your SLA is, that's a contract. You have to hit the contract. You have to meet the contract. You have to do what you're expected to do, right? And if you can't do that, then you're gone. You're gone, okay? If you can't perform, you're gone. So control enter to run this. So this is 8 o'clock in the morning until about 9 p.m. at night. This is 2,100 hours. This is military time. So it's in this window. How can we meet expectations and adhere to the SLA right? And chart this and plot this out, and at the same time optimize the whole call center workforce optimization requirement, right? That's what we're doing here. That's what we're talking about here today. So we see scheduled people on floor, right? This is a big call center. So we start in the morning about 74 and we're meeting expectations required on floor, meeting expectations. So we have a couple of people over. So the green line is how many people are actually working. The red line is how many people do we absolutely need to meet the SLA requirements, right? And then the number of calls at the beginning of the day kind of spikes up, kind of almost monotonic, but not really. It kind of like spikes up a little bit at the end of the day. Monotonic means like increasing at a increasing rate or decreasing at a decreasing rate, right? Almost monotonic, but not quite. So you have overstaffing a little bit over here, and that's fine, totally fine. You're overstaffed, and a couple people are a little bit idle. You need, right here, you need, oh, these things are bugging me out. I have to get glasses soon. So, you need 32. It's going down. It's going down. So yeah, you're overstaffed. You're definitely overstaffed, right? Based on the call volume. But again, like you have a lot of calls early in the morning. It kind of like goes down over time and then kind of climbs back up a little bit. And this is just based on average call volume, right? This is overnight. This is midnight until 7:45 in the morning. Calls spike up. So memos have gone out to people, right? Like we've sent emails, we've sent paper mail, snail mail to people and say, okay, our call center opens at 7 o'clock in the morning. And you can change these variables. This is just something I came up with, guys. You can change this. We open at 9 o'clock in the morning. We close at 5 p.m. I said we open at 7:45 and we close at 9 o'clock p.m. And over the course of time, you can see the calls coming in, calls spike up early in the morning, kind of like degrade over time, goes up just a little bit after 1800 hours. This is like 6 p.m. It goes up just a little bit until the call center closes. And then obviously, like when we're done, we're done. There's nothing else to do here, right? So you see a big spike up at the beginning of the day, goes down over time. Overstaffed is the green line, and the number of required people is the red line, okay? So why do we do this, right? Why do we have over coverage? Because minimizing only cuts down on the number of shifts, but not the template, right? And not the number of people that we have on the floor taking calls, right? So we have to break apart this shifting or these different shifts over time. And you can't just hire somebody for 50 minutes. You come in as a big spike in the morning, and then we don't need you anymore, and then you go about your day, and then you're gone, and we forget about you. You can't treat people like that, right? They're going to walk. They're going to leave. You have to give people normal shifts. You have to give them normal time frames so they can make money and support their families too, right? If you say, okay, you're working from 7:45 until whatever it is, 8:30, and then we don't need you, you got to get out of here. You're not going to get high quality people, right? You're going to get some losers, some who knows what, winos. You're not going to take it seriously and your business will collapse, right? You have to invest in your employees, right? It goes both ways. You invest in them and they invest in you. They'll give you their time. They'll give you their best effort, and you give them good money and promotions or rewards and congratulations and bonuses and things like this, and they'll give you their best. If all you do is put in the bare minimum, you get the bare minimum, right? You get out of it what you put into it. I tell people that all the time. So you have to meet your SLAs, your service level agreements. There's shortened operating windows, and there's different shifts and splits in the shifts, but you have to accommodate people, whether it's 6 hours, 8 hours, 10 hours, and maybe some people just want to work 4 hours, and that's fine. You can accommodate that. Maybe some guy says, I'm coming at 8, I'm living at noon, and I have a couple of kids I have to take care of, and I'm a parent too. I know how that works, right? That could work for me. You have to find the right people and engage them and cater to them and make them happy, and they're going to make you happy, right? Like loyalty is a two-way street, guys, okay? I'm not kidding. Loyalty is a two-way street. And staggered breaks, you get 15 minutes. Maybe some person just wants 15 minutes. Maybe I just want to take a walk around the block or something. Maybe they need 30 minutes. Maybe they need 2 or 3 hours, and they're going to leave and come back. Like, you have to understand what the person's needs are and satisfy those needs and take care of that person, and they will give you their best, right? Let me save this. Save as HTML. Okay, I'm going to save that thing. I'm going to share all this code with you guys. Okay, so you can take this and run it in your own Jupyter Notebook environment. So let me run this one. Okay, and we can see what the effect is here. So when you run the whole scenario, and if you want me to, this should be plug and play. This should be very easy for you to take your data frame or your CSV file or your text file or your Excel file. I don't care what you have. Any data source can be anything. It could be Parquet. I don't care what it is. Take it, feed it into this algorithm, and optimize your solution for your business, right? So here we have the baseline, optimize, shift, and both. You have the plan, SLA hit. This is a service level agreement. We have to hit 100%. Now, again, you can commit under, you can be 99%, 99.9, whatever it is. But if you hit 100%, people are happy with that, okay? I've been in meetings where, it's 95, 98, 99%, and people are like, oh, why can't you hit 100? You should be able to hit 100. If you're not hitting 100, you have to optimize your business. That's what this whole dialogue is about. That's what this whole video is about, optimizing your solution. If you're coming in at 99 1 month, okay, I understand that. But if you're not, then you have to get it together. Like, figure out, why are you not meeting SLA requirements? Like, what's happening here? It should be 100%, okay? The undercovered hours is 0. So if you're undercovered, right, and people are waiting in line to call to a call center, and I've been in this spot before, and you're waiting in line for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, 60 minutes, you're undercovering your customer base. And that's not good, guys. You should not be doing this, right? Like, if you're undercovering, figure it out. Get this together. Use some math. This is mathematics. This is statistics. This is computer science, okay? The bottom line is finance. I have my MBA in finance from Johns Hopkins University. I understand finance. I understand how this goes. If you're undercovering, figure it out. Why are you undercovering? Get it together, right? And your SLA should be 100%. If you're doing that, that's great. Then the over coverage, if you're not efficient, you can have 388 hours of over coverage. So people are idle. They are snoozing. They're sleeping. They're not efficient. They're not engaged. Why are they not engaged, right? You're not doing something right. Your business is not efficient. Why are you underutilizing your resources? People want to be utilized. Like, I worked in a call center. That was my first job out of college. Like, I didn't want to be doing that necessarily, but I did that for a year, and it was okay. It was okay. I learned. I grew. Personally, I suffered a little bit, but I was mostly engaged, and it was kind of a good experience. And make a whole lot of money. I think $40,000 per year, not big money. Now it's different, but I want to be utilized. I want to be engaging with customers. I want to be talking with clients and figuring things out and using my time efficiently. Like, if you have 388 hours of employees' time that's not being utilized, why is that? Why are you doing that, right? Look at your business, look at your model, and figure it out. Why are you 388 hours underutilizing your business? You're paying these people to do something, and they're idle. They're not doing anything. Maybe some people, I actually met people that said, hey, like, I have a lot of free time, and that's great. And I don't have nothing to do. I can just play on my cell phone. I can play video games, words with friends, and all this stuff. And they like it. But that's the minimum. I think people want to be engaged. They want to be utilized. They want to be effective. They want to make an impact on the world, okay? So if you have 380 hours of underutilized resources, why is that? You have to figure that out, right? That's on you. That's on you to do that. Now, in this case, this is the optimized version. Optimized SLA, so we're 100% under coverage 0, 45 hours underutilized. So this is the optimized version right here, right? And you will have some overcapacity or some like utilization that can't be allocated or delegated somehow, and that's fine. That's fine. Like, totally fine. It's never going to be 100% because person has to take a break, needs to take a walk around the block, needs to go to the bathroom, or I need some peanuts or some. My son loves to eat seaweed. Needs a little flakes of seaweed or whatever it is, or whatever. Like take a 5-minute break, take 5, and that's fine. So you're never going to have 100% of your workforce engaged. You don't just come to work, work, and then you go home, boom, then you're done. There's always going to be a little downtime. But if you can minimize the downtime and maximize employee satisfaction, that's totally fine. Here's the total cost for this business at the end, after we have optimized the whole workforce optimization solution, WFO, right? After we have optimized, this is the non-optimized solution, $27,000 for this business that is not optimized, right? And you're just spilling dollars, right? Like you're just wasting money out the door, left and right. Like nobody has any idea what's going on, and nobody can justify. There's no actionable accountability. There's no accountability here, right? There's no what is it? Assurance. There's no assurance. Like people are really doing what they're supposed to do. $27,000 wasted here. I'm sorry, not wasted. This is the cost of doing business, $27,000. In the optimized solution, the cost of doing business for the same business is $16,000, right? So you're saving like $11,000 for your business per month. Why would you not want to do this? Just optimize the business. I've been doing this for about 22 years on Wall Street. Why would you not want to automate the whole process, optimize the process, and make things efficient for yourself and for your employees, right? So loyalty is a two-way street. I've said that before. If you're loyal to your employees, they're going to be loyal to you, and vice versa. If they're loyal to you, you have to be loyal to them. That's a no-brainer. You have to do this. And if you can save $11,000, is the math right? 27, 16. If you can save $11,000 per month, why would you not want to do this, right? It's only mathematics. It's optimization, it's statistics, it's operations management, right? It's finance. To save $11,000 per month for your business. What's the cost? Let me see. I actually have to. Sorry, I've been talking so much. I'm losing track of things here. Calc. C-A-L-C. What is the total thing? And I'll wrap it up in just a minute. Just give me a minute here. 11,000 times 12 times 12. You save $132,000 per year, guys. For this, and just in a scenario, and if you have a bigger call center, it can be a lot more. For doing nothing, literally nothing. Okay? I've said this to a lot of people. I don't think it resonates. I think people give me a deer in the headlights look, and they're like, $132,000 that goes into your pocket. That is the bottom line boost. All right, that is your increase in your business just for doing mathematics and statistics. That's it, guys. Why would you not want to do this? You don't have to hire people. You don't have to invest in software. You don't have to create new hardware. You don't have to do like artificial intelligence and like all these resource allocations and all this. Just optimize your business. You make $132,000 more per year in this scenario. And if you have several call centers, or if the business is bigger, you can save hundreds of thousands, millions, maybe tens of millions of dollars just for understanding mathematics and statistics. That's all I'm saying, guys. That's it. Okay. I'll wrap it up right here. I think I hit the point. I think that's enough for this one. But that's it. Like, use this solution, plug in your own data, and optimize your business. I don't care if it's a call center, a grocery store. I don't care if you run an airline. I don't care if you run a hotel. I don't care if you run Amazon. This is going to be Amazon.com. I don't care who you are, what you are, where you are. I don't care, okay? Just optimize your business, make it efficient, make your employees happy, and they will make you happy. And there's a financial benefit that goes straight to your bottom line, okay? If you can save money, that's better than making more money. I can make you $100 million, right? I can do that. But you have to pay taxes on that. If you can save $100 million, that goes straight to the bottom line. You don't have to make more and pay more in taxes. Just save in the efficiency and the operations of your business, and it goes straight to the bottom line. And if you love money, if you worship money, I need a little money to get by in my life. I don't love money. And the Bible says, the love of money, what does it say? The love of money is sin or something like that. Like, I don't love money, but I need a little money to get by. Um, and I think you do too, right? So that's it, guys. Make sure your business is optimized and efficient. Let me know if you need help with that, and leave some comments. Thank you for sticking with us to the end. I appreciate that. I appreciate it a lot. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap it up right here, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care for now. Bye.